It's 7 o'clock on the money. That's Eric Clapton. Wonderful Tonight. And it fits.
Yes,
98.7 WFGR, and it fits because it's a tender moment here between Dave and I.
Because you have apologized.
I have an apology to make. We've got back, on the air here a couple weeks ago, and we've remained friends through the whole.
Definitely.
We're friends.
Yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, I think you and I are good friends.
Yes.
And then the fact that we work together, that's an added bonus.
Definitely.
Nice thing, A lot of people go to work every day and they can't stand their job, and you know what, they got to do thankless, awful jobs, but that's what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
We, on the other hand, are very fortunate. We've got each other. We've got usually more work than we can deal with. We're very blessed. We're very blessed individuals. And I got to thinking about this yesterday. Do you realize how long we've been together doing this?
This is my longest relationship.
Mine too.
It's crazy.
And that's where I started to rethink myself and my life. And I said, you know what? Dave and I are, for all intents and purposes, common law married. It's the truth.
Okay.
You know what? If we were cohabitating, we would qualify as a common law marriage in some states. So
can I be on your health plan?
Well, that's the thing, and that's where I got to the point where I need to apologize to you.
Okay.
For some of the stuff I provide and kind of tease you about. You know what I mean? Like the headphones. I got you some headphones the other day. I take care of your phone, which is no big deal because honestly, it's an economical way for us to stay in touch.
Yeah.
For me to pay the extra $9 a month and get you a phone. Big deal. Good stuff. Good friend stuff. Okay, good.
And that's $9 more that can go towards diapers for my 2-year-old.
I love that. I love that idea. I love the fact that I can do this kind of stuff. But with me being the provider, that puts you in the role of the wife, which you have not been living up to your duties on. Are you
saying the kitchen's a mess?
I'm simply saying wifely duties are going to have to be discussed at some point, since we're clearly I'm the man.
Got stains on your shirts.
You're going to have to teach you how to iron. We're going to need to get an ironing board in here.
That's right. You like pleats ironed in your jorts, right?
For all of my end of this, I deeply and humbly apologize for giving you such a hard time.
I appreciate that, and I will try to do better.
You do that
for my part.
You do your part a little bit better.
Relationship. I will try and please my man.
That's more like it.
So that this relationship can be taken to that next level.
I told you it was going to be touching.
Yeah, that's what's good. We got to keep these lines of communication open.
I agree totally.
Because that's where relationships fail.
Right.
Couples stop communicating. We have to keep a dialogue going.
We do.
We keep that dialogue going.
Yes, we do.
Who knows where this relationship can go?
It's magic.
Yes, it is.
So, let's try it this way.
I really have to shower again.
Hey, honey, would you do the news, please?
Yes, dear. Boy Scouts are going to release confidential documents this morning identifying more than 1,000 leaders and volunteers who were banned after being accused of sexual or inappropriate conduct with boys. So-called ineligible volunteer files cover the years of 1965 to 1985. That would have been right during. Were you in the Boy Scouts?
I was not.
See, I wasn't a Boy Scout either. You remember like the Awanas Club?
I did go to Awana.
Because you either went to, if you were growing up in West Michigan, at least from my perspective, you either went to catechism as a Catholic on Wednesdays, or you were part of Awanas, which was essentially like, I think, the Baptist version of Boy Scouts.
Version of it. And
they
you know what?
The Baptist Boy Scouts.
And growing up Catholic, like we both did, I would go to Awana on Wednesday nights. Just because some friend decided it was a good idea to take you there?
I went with a friend once, too.
And I loved the portion where it was the activities.
Yeah.
Where you're playing Bombardo or, whatever you want to play.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a good time. But when they sat down and made you read the Bible verses, you know what I always did?
What?
I always big-timed them. I'm like, I'm Catholic. I don't need to do that.
I'm Catholic. I'm already covered. I'm already got Pope covered me.
Sorry, I'm 9 years old at Awana going, we don't memorize Bible verses. We're Catholic. We're kind of a big deal.
We just know how to sit, stand, kneel.
That's right.
And where to place our hands when receiving the body of Christ.
That's right. So.
And get drunk on the wine. That's
nice.
Catholicism in a nutshell.
I remember that, though. We'd leave Awana, and my one friend's uncle who would take us there, the minute he pulled out of the parking lot of the church, out came the cigarettes, and, it's just one of those deals.
Oh, okay. Well, it's very stressful.
I don't have anything against it. I think kids like that.
I think it's great. Yeah,
I do. But
it gives you structure.
You look back over your Awana-going years, and you think, what was I doing there? Other than playing Bombardo.
Oh man, I need to look up Bombardo on Wikipedia. What is that?
Dodgeball.
Okay, Okay, see.
Do you remember when they
could've
called it
just said-
Bombardo?
Why did you just say dodgeball?
Well,
No.
because everybody got politically correct. It used to be
Okay.
called Bombardo, and it's what it
Wait,
was.
What's offensive? I mean, I know people don't like the dodgeball is whatever it is now, but I didn't know the actual word dodgeball was offensive.
No, I didn't think it was.
Okay. Well, now, thank you for clearing that up. I didn't
right.
know what the hell Bombardo was. Anyway, President Obama and Republican challenger Mitt Romney will share a stage in New York City again tonight. They'll speak at the annual Alfred E. Smith dinner 2 nights after their debate at Hofstra University. Smith was a 4-term governor of New York and the Democratic Party candidate for president back in 1928.
You hear about the who is it? George McGovern.
Yeah, he's in hospice care now.
He's just about done.
Yeah, he's
90-something years
yeah,
old.
I was gonna say,
mean,
he's in his 90s.
Plenty good life, but nonetheless,
definitely.
in fact, he's at the point now where he's not responsive to anything, and the
Yeah.
family's just like, you know what, he's in peace. Let him go.
Yeah, and God bless the people from hospice are really the best, some of the best people you will ever encounter in your life.
That's a tough job.
Like one of the few good things that I've been able to do. I actually volunteered for hospice years ago because they took. I felt an obligation because they took care of my dad at the end of his life.
Yep.
So, but they are just wonderful, wonderful people. If you ever have the opportunity to either deal with them, or if you get the opportunity, you have some extra time where you can volunteer for them.
Yep.
Fantastic organization to be a part of.
Yep.
The attorney for a Kent County commissioner is calling foul on molestation allegations that have been leveled in recent days. State police began an investigation into Gary Rolls just a few days ago. It was 3 weeks ahead of the election. A woman sought and gained an order of protection against Rolls in late September after alleging he molested her for years and contacted her as recently as 2011. Now, one thing I don't like about this is I don't know if this guy did it or not. I don't know if this was politically motivated. But right now, his name is associated with molestation.
Absolutely.
And there's no way. See, we do this with rape victims. We don't reveal the names of victims. And that's a good thing. We shouldn't do that. But why is it okay to, especially when we have you're innocent until proven guilty, why is it okay to say, hey, this guy may be a molester? Why is that okay?
I think because if you're accused of a crime, it's public record.
Yeah, I understand.
Whereas if you're a victim of a crime, it's not public record.
Right.
I don't know that I agree with it either, but
at the same time, everybody knows the stigma that's attached to
and rightly
the
so.
word molester, as it should be. But even if, like, let's say this guy is innocent. I don't know if he is or isn't, but let's say he is. Doesn't matter. That it's still attached to him.
Yep.
You're still gonna, like Kobe Bryant years ago was cleared of alleged rape charges. He's still in the minds of a lot of people viewed as a rapist.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, that's just how society is going to view you if you're just charged or accused with it. So that always had a problem with coming out with the names before we know the facts. Anyway, a suspected bank robber is off the hook on federal charges. The government dropped its charge against Reuben Olson III for his role in a robbery at a Huntington bank in Greenville. Olson's attorney is arguing that her client was coerced into making statements to police and noted that he has suffered from mental and emotional issues since he was a child. You've suffered from mental and emotional issues since childhood, right?
Hasn't everybody of some sort?
Have you robbed anything?
I haven't robbed anything.
Okay.
Well, I take that back.
What?
I look back.
What robbery? What was your grand theft?
I've stolen a pack of Star Wars cards or two over the years.
Star Wars cards?
And we got to go back a ways,
Yeah.
But it was a grocery store up off Alpine, and I would, we'd go shopping, and as sad as I am to admit this, yes,
I've got to.
I boosted a couple of packs of Star Wars cards.
You boosted Star Wars.
I boosted them.
I got to admit, when I was 9 years old, this is embarrassing. The only time I've ever stolen anything I did steal $5 out of my dad's wallet once too.
That doesn't count, though.
But that doesn't count. There's no such thing as stealing from your parents.
No.
That's just they expect that. Anyway, I did take a pack of Rolos from a Ben Franklin.
Ooh.
So I was 9 and I wanted the Rolos. I loved the caramel goodness and I couldn't resist. So
we're gonna set up a dragnet.
Sting operation at a Ben Franklin. They even have Ben Franklin stores anymore?
Hey cops! Watch 131 South. Dave's on his way in a silver Sunfire.
That's news on 98.7 WFGR.
It's a crazy busy time.